So hello, good people. As some of you may know, this is my 2021 Zontes 310V. I've had this bike for about a year and a half right now, and I think today on this video, I want to tell you guys all about the good and the bad and everything else about this bike that I can think of. Okay, so apart from that, I think let's also go for a ride today. So for once it's cleared up outside, we can go and enjoy the weather, enjoy the clear roads. But before that, I want to take this bike to be washed because look at all this. This is just like basically just this week alone, and it's only Tuesday, by the way, when I'm filming this right now. So yeah, go wash this bike and then get the video started. Okay, so sit back and enjoy the video. Let's have a start up. Let's give it a start. Let's give it a start. Sounds healthy though, right? I can see you, my nigga. So it's a new day. I couldn't finish the video at that time. Something came up and I might talk about it later or not, but I want to finish this review for you guys. So if you guys don't know, this is my 2021 Zontes 310V. okay, it's a single cylinder liquid cooled 312cc Chinese bike, and I want to tell you all about it. Of course, all the good and the bad. I've had it for about a year and a half. Yeah, so until I was my experience with it, what I've liked about it, the things that I didn't like, and yeah, just basically tell you guys if Chinese bikes are the way to go, you know, whether like if you should buy one or not, actually. So yeah, same things I asked myself if I got one, but now I can tell you this with my experience. Okay, so let's just get started with this. And so my plan is right now we're on Langata Road. I want to head up this way for a small ride as we just talk a little bit, senior. So yeah, let's go. Hah? Ataka ile ya kelele. Hapana, hisi ya kelele. So now we're finally on the road, okay? So where do I begin? Like I got this bike on November 2024, right? So this is my second bike. I came from a 160 to this, which is a 312, and of course that's not a big jump, but it's still a bigger bike compared to most, right? And so with that, there's a lot of power and torque with this bike, you know. So like one thing I loved about this bike from the beginning was of course the looks. From the moment I got this bike, like I saw it one day 7 p.m. Those WhatsApp group chats, and I was like, yo, I need that bike, you know. Found the contact, told the guy, like it was like I think a Friday, so next day went to see the bike. Of course took us for a test drive and immediately fell in love with the bike, you know. I think there's something going on over here. I don't know why this traffic here, and there's like a trailer that has blocked the road. But you know the good thing with a bike, right, why you should all get bikes, is like traffic is literally non-existent to anyone on a bike. So you can just see like everyone else stuck in traffic because of whatever this is. Oh, and it's leaking, and you can just you know. Oh, that's for anyone behind there. Yeah, so of course fell in love with the looks. Another thing I love about this bike is like the sheer like power of this bike. It's instant. Like top speed of this bike is 170 kph. Being a single cylinder, it's really torquey as well. So it's like feels like it's like a light switch. It's like you're on or off, especially from like third, fourth, and fifth gear. It's still pulling, right? Of course, it's not as fast as 600 or 1000 cc bikes, you know. But like still, you'll still notice a big difference, especially in like city riding. So most of the things I do, I commute a lot to work and school. So in the city, it's more than enough power to be riding around, right? I want to do a pull for you guys for reference, so you guys can see what I mean by that. So right now I'm on 60 gear, of course, 80, 90, I'm just like slightly pushing 100, you know. But let's say you're gonna overtake someone, you just downshift a bit, first gear that, and you're gone. Ooh. Love a GT86. And it's just constantly pulling through the gears, you know. And like you'll feel it in your body as it's pulling. And of course, like, yo, I'm already doing above the speed limit, so and I'm still at like what, 5000 rpm still for 300 single cylinder, you know. It's a lot of power. It's still really nice, and it feels really smooth as well. Another thing that I fell in love with this bike on was so another thing that I really found interesting about this bike is when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was a cruiser, you know. Like I'm really into sports bikes, and of course when I saw the looks, it looks really sleek and really nice. But when I saw it at first and then I saw it in person, I was like, oh shit, it's a cruiser. I didn't notice that before. So it's like really something that most people don't expect. So by that I mean like the pedals are forward. You see, like my legs are in front of my body, right? Whereas on sports bikes you're probably like crouched forward, your knees are bent much higher, and like it's not really as comfortable on sports bikes. But on this, your posture, you just upright naturally, right? Your arms are straight ahead, your shoulders are relaxed, you have no weight on your wrist. So I found out that like on long rides when I was going with my friends and they have sports bikes, over time after like 2 hours, of course they want to like stop somewhere, they want to like stretch their legs, their feet are hurting, even their neck sometimes gets strained, you know. But me on the other hand, I'm like, yo, me, I'm chilling, I'm fine, I have no problem whatsoever, you know. And it's so light. Okay, it's a heavy bike, but feels really, really smooth. Just like that. Which way do I wanna go? Let's go down. Oh, that was really nice. That, you know, like sometimes I find myself like I want to like conserve fuel. You know, I still get like 36 kilometers per liter on this bike. It's really, really good on fuel consumption compared to most bikes still. But I find myself once in a while I'm like, yo, let me just downshift, twist the throttle, you know, because like it's so responsive and it feels so good. Like I do that with any bike, to be fair, honestly, not just this one. What is it? I'm like I'm heavy footed, but that's like a car language, you know. Okay, so what I don't like, I hate off-roading with this bike. So this bike is literally a road bike fully. So the only challenge I have usually when I'm on the road is when I have to like move aside to the side or like somewhere off-road, and like it's so uncomfortable. So the bike really struggles, you know, and you can see it even from like my steering inputs. I'm having to correct the handlebars so often. So usually I'd rather just like lane split from the middle instead of like overtaking on the left. Let me just see if I can pass here. Yup. So I think that's what I can say about the positives of these bikes, you know. So let me stop up ahead over here. I also need to fuel, and then I can tell you the negatives of this bike. Some that I had challenges with, or some that I didn't really like. Some are major, some are minor, depending on who you are and what you can handle. Others maybe are a bit serious. So yeah, let's get over here up ahead and we'll do that. As much as I love this bike, there's still some things that like I don't understand. Maybe pissed me off or something that went wrong with this bike. So first of all, I'll just tell you, this bike is Chinese, so of course like they're not the most powerful in their category. So of course to compete in the market, they have to offer other features. You know, Japan bikes and Italian bikes are like too quick for them, so they offer a lot of gimmicks or like a lot of electronic assistance or aids to compete in their class, so like something to offer that the other markets don't offer. So this bike has a lot of electronic features. Of course, has a TFT display over here, so all your information is all on here. There's a bunch of sensors and electronics or stuff, all of that. Now the things that annoy me so much about this bike and the electronics is that everything is electronic on this bike. Literally everything. Like if you see over here, the seat is electronic to unlock it. The fuel tank, electronic, as you can see. So even the key fob, like just the ignition switch, is electronic. I have a key fob like for a car, so it's like push to start literally, which is cool and all, but it reaches a point where those things can fail, and they have failed on me. So for example, let's say you leave the bike alone for like 3 weeks. Of course the battery will go flat. So that's happened to me before, and the battery is located underneath this chair. So when I came to like start the bike, of course the ignition wasn't working, the battery is dead, and trying to unlock the seat, I couldn't, because it's literally electronically operated. So like there's no power to the switch to unlock the chair, so I cannot access the battery. So you can imagine the dilemma you're underneath when that happens to you. So, of course, there's a manual way to get it, but it's really tiresome and really forceful, which isn't like recommended. Another thing would be, as much as like I love the build quality on this bike, so like literally I have no issues with how they designed this bike, apart from like two areas, right? So like the build quality is really upper, like it's top tier. So most guys are like, oh, Chinese bikes, this, oh, Snapanga, CG fake, Nini, they'll break. Literally they don't. Like literally there's like quality matters. So like there's different tiers in quality from there. So like of course there's some Chinese bikes which are not as reliable, and there's other good brands like CF Moto, for example. Zontes is a good brand as well. Beth, there's other brands, right? But now when these guys, what's the kind of like, I think they could have done better or something designed better at these two areas. So first of all, and it's all back here. So yes, I know you watched the bike, but I've been riding for like 3 days, so forgive me. First of all is this. These are the rear indicator lights, right? And if you notice, they're really stiff and low and back and behind the bike. So you can imagine, as you can see over here, this is ductive. There's been scenarios where a Buddha guy comes, it's literally his tire height in traffic. So he doesn't see where my bike ends, and he just ends up hitting this, and it breaks. It happened like twice now. And to replace that part, of course, you can tell, it's kind of like, because of shipping costs and everything, it costs quite a bit. So yeah, I have the spare of this, but I don't see the point of putting on a new piece when I know that eventually it's gonna end up breaking. So like I wish they either like made them rubber like these ones on the front. You see, this could have been a better alternative than that stiff plastic. Another thing I really don't like, and this is like my biggest concern with this bike, is the suspension. The rear suspension is just too stiff. As you can see over here, it has a monoshock suspension, dual shock. So like there's literally two shocks inside here, like most common bikes, right? But on most sports bikes or like higher cc bikes, you'll find them with monoshocks, like literally just one in the middle over here. So usually you'll find they have monoshocks over here. So like I just wish they designed the bike having either better quality suspension or a monoshock, but I know there's no space underneath here to fit a monoshock. But that's like that's the engineer's problem, not mine. Yeah, so that's literally like all I've had issues. Let's head on back out on the road. I hope so far you guys are enjoying this video. If you are, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button and share. Leave a comment on what you guys want to see or what more you want to learn about this bike. Okay, so just yeah, let's keep going, man. What's this guy doing? Yeah, so basically that's basically all I have to say about this bike. I've enjoyed a lot of experiences and moments with this bike. I've gone on a bunch of adventures, done things I didn't think I would have done a year before I got this bike, and I really enjoy everything I've done with this bike so far, and I still want to have more moments with this bike. So in summary, basically, I know it's not the fastest, it's not the loudest or whatever, but still it has a lot of redeeming qualities that make it really enjoyable, So of course there's good and bad with everything out there, but I think honestly with this bike the goods outweigh the cons massively. So I'm gonna end the video over there. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this. Once again, make sure you like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else you guys want to know about this bike, and I'll make another video on it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Major Rev, out.